Welcome back, YouTube family, to another video from Macks.all.purpose.gym, aka MAPG. Don't get it confused. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome all. Please like the video, share the video, and hit your boy with the subscribe. Now let's get right into it. In today's video, we'll be doing mobility stretches. You can choose to do them before a workout, after a workout, or even both. Or if you're just at home needing to stretch a certain area. Let's get right into it. The first mobility stretches that I'm going to show you today is open book. What I would like for you to do is keep that bottom leg straight, bring that top leg over, have your hands out, and reach as far as you can without lifting your knees. Try to keep your knees on the floor at all times and just reach as far back as your shoulders will allow you to. And sometimes your knee may tend to lift up, as I'm about to show you right now. And if that happens, all I want you to do is just put your hands on your knees and reach back as far as you can without lifting your knees. If you're unable to touch the back of the floor, that's okay. Go as far as you can without lifting your knees. And after that, just keep repeating until you feel better, and just switch sides and do the same exact thing. And what open book helps me with, it helps with my thoracic mobility, it helps with my chest, and it helps with my back and shoulders. It just stretches all of those movements, and that's why I feel like open book is a really good mobility stretch to throw in before your workout or after your workout, or if you just need a certain stretch. Also, as you can see, I showed you again, if your knees lift up, just put your hands on your knees and reach as far back as you can. Alright, this is the same thing, open book, but this is just a modified version for those who are having a harder time keeping their hands on their knees on the floor, or reaching as far back as they're capable of because of their shoulder mobility. This way is a little bit easier. All you have to do is just tuck your knees in together and just reach as far back as you can. Again, if you do it and your knees start to lift up, just keep your knees on the floor as much as you can while trying to reach as far back as you can without lifting your knees. This mobility stretch is what I call around the world. I don't know the actual name of it unless it is, but all I want you to do is just tuck in your knees as close to your chest as possible. As you can see, I just adjusted it right there, and reach all around your head all the way down to your butt while trying to keep your hands on the floor the whole time. Depending on your shoulder mobility, sometimes your hands may tend to lift up off the ground, which is okay. Just continue doing the reps until you work on your better shoulder mobility. And this is me showing you what happens when your hands start to lift sometimes if you're unable to keep your hands on the floor, which is absolutely fine. But just keep working on it, and over time you'll see your shoulder mobility improve to the point where you can keep your hands on the floor the whole time while touching your butt and bringing you right back to the top. What this helps me with, this just helps me with my shoulder and sometimes my back if I have a really tight back, but it's mainly for my shoulders. It really opens up my shoulders. This version that you're about to see me perform is still around the world. This is just another version of it. You could do standing up. This is if you're in a rush and your shoulders are really tight in a workout, or if you just don't feel like getting on the floor and you just want to do a quick around the world, all you have to do is just find a wall, turn to the side, and use your arm while keeping your hands on the wall the whole time. Go all the way around till it touches your butt and bring it right back. So this is the same thing that happens on the floor can happen on the wall. Sometimes your hands tend to lift off the wall a little bit, and that happens depending on your shoulder mobility, but it's okay. Just keep going as far as you can, and over time you will see your shoulder mobility improve. This next mobility stretch is scorpion. What I'd like for you to do is just lay straight flat on your stomach, hands out wide to the side, and using your feet, you bring it towards the opposite hand as far as you can. This cracks my lower back if it's really tight, and it really helps with my lower back. This next mobility stretch is what I call a cross body leg whip. Just be on your hands and knees, using one leg at a time. Bring it from one side of your body all the way to the other side as far as you can, and you're just going to do both sides for as many reps as you need to. What this helps me with is just my lateral hips and just opening up my hips, because if your hips are tight, this is a great stretch to do to open them up. Again, you could do them before, after, or just as a regular daily everyday stretch. This next mobility stretch is what I call the iron cross. It helps with my lower back. It's very similar to a scorpion. You're just going to lay on your back, this time with your hands out, and using your feet, you're going to try to swing it across your body to the opposite hand. This next mobility stretch is what I call the quad Nordic. What I want you to do is get on your knees with your feet flexed on the floor, and from that position you're just going to try to sit as far back on your heels as you can, and you're going to sit right back up. This stretch really works my quads and my feet. This next mobility stretch is what I call hip rockers. What I would like for you to do is have the inside of your feet touching the floor as much as possible while rocking forward as much as you can and rocking back as far as you can. Also with an external rotation at the end when you're done. Or you can do them in between sets, but I just prefer to do them at the end, just like that. What this works out, it works out my hips and my adductors. This next mobility stretch is what I call side plank reach over. What it helps me with is my lats, my obliques, and my shoulders. So you just raise off the floor and you're going to reach as far over your head as you can and right back down, and you're just going to repeat for as many reps as possible. And when you're done, you're just going to switch sides and do the same exact thing. This next mobility stretch is what I call a half bowl. It is a little bit more difficult. With the same feet, same hand, you're gonna grab. Your opposite hand is gonna be out up front, and the objective is to pull your leg as high up in the sky as you can and bring it right back down. What this helps me stretch, it helps me stretch with my lower back, my quads, and my shoulders. This mobility stretch is what I call a 90-90. What it helps me with is my hips, my shoulders, and my lower back. And what I want you to do is put your front leg at 90 degrees, your back leg at 90 degrees. You're going to reach as far forward as you can. If you want to, you can reach with both hands. Also, just get a better stretch in. And you're just going to reach as far as you can. You're just going to hold it for a little bit. And after you hold it for a couple seconds, you're going to sit up with it. And after that, you're going to go right back into it for a couple more reps. And after you do a couple reps, what I want you to do is bring that opposite elbow from that front knee across to that knee, then rotate at the top. Bring across to that top front knee, then you rotate at the top. Get a good stretch in your back. If you stayed throughout the whole video or found one of my stretches helpful, I just want to say thank you, YouTube family, for watching the video. Please don't forget to like the video, share the video, and hit your boy with the subscribe.